my name is Shauna. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm giving you a haul. It's gonna be pretty chill. Get your drink of choice. Mine is mango bubbly at the moment. It's a gorgeous fall day. It is like 16 degrees outside. It is so sunny. It is so nice. Um, yeah, I did an unhaul video pretty recently on my channel just last week. So these books I've been collecting now for the past couple months. I'm not filming in front of my bookcase just because they're under construction at the moment. They're getting rearranged a little bit to make room for all these books. So yeah, I've got a mix for you. I've got some nonfiction, I've got contemporary romance, and some mystery thrillers for the season, for the best season of all, fall. But I'm going to start with those because those are the ones I am like really, really excited about. So I have The Antique Hunter's Guide to Mystery by C.L. Miller. And we have, in this irresistible and thrilling debut novel, a former antique hunter investigates a suspicious death at an isolated English manor, embroiling her back into the dangerous world of tracking stolen artifacts. What antique would you kill for? So we follow Freya Lockwood as she gets a letter from her old kind of like mentor, Arthur, just days before he mysteriously passes away, and she goes back into the world of antique hunting, and she joins forces with her eccentric aunt Carol, and they spend the weekend away at an antiques enthusiast weekend at an old English manor. All of the antiques are poor reproductions. Why is everyone pretending that they're not? um, but no, she's seeing that the fellow guests are secretive, menacing. What is going on at this estate? And was Arthur involved? Can she figure it out before the killer strikes again? Very excited for this. Also, the cover is just so pretty and cute. So I'm going to try to put them behind me. I don't know how well this is going to, yeah, immediately you can't see because the puffiness of this, but they'll stack up eventually. Next, I have the book Old Cold Cases by Simone St. James. We have a true crime blogger gets more than she bargained for while interviewing the woman acquitted of two cold case slayings in this chilling novel from the New York Times bestselling author of The Sundown Motel. So you follow Shia Collins, who's a receptionist by day, and by night she runs a true crime website, The Book of Cold Cases, and she basically meets Beth, and Beth was acquitted back in like the 70s of killing two strange men. They don't seem connected in any way. They were called the Lady Killer Murders. And so she was 23 at the time. She was eccentric. She was rich and wealthy. So they went for her and nobody else, but she was acquitted and kind of retreated in isolation to her manor. So she connects with her and they sit down to have a conversation and interviews and chat. And things are getting a little funky. She doesn't really know why things are moving around in the house when she's not looking. She swears that she sees a girl outside of the window. So it's a little bit spooky. Does she really want to get tied up with Beth when Beth is maybe a murderer? Question mark. Um, I haven't read anything by Simone St. James, but I've heard some good things, and I figured this would be kind of fun to read for the spooky season, maybe in October, maybe around Halloween. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one. Did I make it? No. I'm 2 books in and you can't even tell. Next I have some questions for you by Rebecca Mackay. A successful film professor and podcaster, Bodhi Kane is content to forget her past, her family tragedy that marred her adolescence, 4 years, largely miserable, at a New Hampshire boarding school, and the murder of a former roommate. But circumstances surrounding that roommate's death were always kind of sketchy. They immediately just went for the school's athletic trainer, Omar Evans, and they didn't really look any harder than that. So when she gets invited back to the school where this happened to be a teacher for a course, she goes back, thinks that she's moved on from her past, but I don't think her past has moved on from her. So yeah, we follow her as she tries to investigate kind of what happened and solve that case that maybe wasn't fully closed. I'm looking forward to it. I've heard good things. This one's out also. This has been out for a pretty long time now, but I happened to find a copy for a pretty good price, just about $8 at a local store. So I thought I'd pick it up. Will this be the one that does it and will get us over the edge? Like, should lean it. Oh, that counts. That counts. I'll go for a romance next because I only have one, two. We have check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood. This is her YA debut. I am trying to slowly but surely make my way through Ali Hazelwood. I find them a good time. They're a bit of a palate cleanser between some heavier reads, so I figured this would be fun. Bear with me. Look at the sticker mark that left. I'm sorry, straight to jail. Whoever put that on, it literally dyed the page. Like, it ripped off the cover. Hate stickers on covers. If there's anyone watching with me, you can put it in the comments. I absolutely hate stickers on front covers. Drives me crazy. So you have Mallory Greenleaf, who is done with chess. It ruined her family. She hates it. Well, she hates it. She claims to hate it. She doesn't do it. She just wants to focus on her family. She wants to focus on her mom or her sisters, her job. She just wants to get through life, and she doesn't want to think about chess anymore. But she begrudgingly agrees to play one last charity event where she plays against Noah Nolan Nolan. Sorry, I'm thinking of Noah. Don't know why. Nolan Sar, who is the best of the best. He's called the King Killer in the chess world. These two cross paths, and they cross paths again and again and again, and their relationship kind of goes from there as she falls back into the world of chess that she had so long ago left. But she falls back in love with it, and she struggles to kind of find that balance between doing what she loves and her family, which this has kind of ruined. So we'll see what happens. Additionally, adding in a little bit of romance, maybe. I think it's going to be cute. I might not read this anytime super soon, but yeah, it's always nice to have a bit of a romance to break things up. Next up, we have. Oh, we'll go for a YA. We have Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. I won't lie to you. I don't even want to crack this. I did, and I don't even want to crack it open again because I didn't read the prequel, the other prequel. Don't tell anyone. I bought it. It was such a good deal. I couldn't refuse. It says, when you've been set up to lose everything you love, what is there left to fight for? So you are following the 50th annual Hunger Games, and because it's like a quarter quell, one of the like special ones, they are doing twice as many tributes for the Hunger Games. Oh, joy, oh bliss. Back in District 12, we have Hamish Abernathy. He's trying not to think about too hard about his chances in the games. He just wants to get through the day, deal with his family, be with the girl he loves. And when his name is called and he gets swept off to the capital along with a collection of other people, he understands that he has been set up to fail. But he is determined to fight and have those repercussions spread wider than the arena. I didn't read the other one, but this one's about freaking Haymitch. I want to read it. Damn, I want to reread Hunger Games. This might kick me in the butt to do it, but yeah, Suzanne Collins. It's always a good time. It's part of the Hunger Games world. I really should read the other one first, though, right? Doesn't matter. Okay, we're getting up there, folks. The next one I want to show off is a book that I've actually read. I read it a week ago, 2 weeks ago, which is Spy Family Volume 14 by Tetsuya Endo. Obviously, a great time. We, of course, have the Master Spy, Twilight. He is unparalleled when it comes to going undercover and getting missions done. But he gets the ultimate assignment, which is to get married and have a kid so that he can get closer to a target's family. And then he gets his family together, does not realize that he has hired an assassin and a telepath as his fake wife and fake child. It's antics, it's fun, it's light, it's cozy, it's humorous, it's dark, it's emotional, it is everything. It is such a good time, such a good manga series, and I will keep reading this, and I hope the glare isn't bad. I will keep reading this until they make 1,000 of these. Love it. Oh, right. Backwards. Okay. We are on to contemporary? Contemporary. The Double Life of Benson Yu. We have by Kevin Chong. This is. Oh, I took my mic a little far away from my mouth. I hope you heard me. A fresh, unique work of metafiction that follows a graphic novelist who loses control of his own narrative. In a Chinatown housing project lives 12-year-old Benny and his ailing grandmother and his strange neighbor, Constantine, a man who believes he is a reincarnated medieval samurai. When Benny's grandmother is hospitalized, he manages to survive on his own until a social worker comes snooping around, and then he has to pair up with Constantine, who reluctantly agrees to take him in, and they form an unlikely bond. At least that's what you, the narrator of our story, wants to write. The creator of the best-selling comic, Yu struggles to continue the poignant tale of Benny and Constantine and can't help but interject from the present day, slowly revealing a darker backstory. Can Yu confront the demons he spent his adult life avoiding, or will he risk his own life and Benny's? It's going to be a good time. Also, the covers are always so fun. But yeah, I think this is going to be a nice little. I have The Withdrawal Method by Pasha Mala. This one is I also love, like, the color choice that they chose for this. It looks so good. But this one I found at a thrift store, and it just sounded very good. It kinda gives the same vibes as Murakami, apparently. But Mala offers us characters who are recognizable in situations that are familiar, and then peels back layers to reveal the strange and wondrous and the unexpected. The Withdrawal Method is an assured and mature first collection from one of our best young writers, one who pairs striking emotional depth with remarkable technical skill. Does that tell you about anything that is in this collection? No. But honest to God, what drew me into this book was just the back of it, because they include a little snippet of the very first short story in it, and it just reads like this. "I should probably tell you," she said, swallowing coffee, "that I'm about to lose my skin." What? Is that an expression? No, not an expression. People's skin cells rejuvenate every 7 years. Usually it's gradual, but I've been using something to make it happen all in one go. What? He put down his knife and fork. There was something suddenly disquieting about the idea of bacon. I read that and was like, ew. Put it in the cart. Add it to the cart. I need to read it. I'm excited. Okay, gang. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You know when people are like, I'm just gonna do a stack. I'm just gonna do a stack on the edge of my cat tree that's already 4 feet off the ground. Do it. What's the worst that'll happen? This falls on me and I get crumpled under this pile of books. It's the worst that'll happen. Okay. The next book I have is A Map for the Missing by Belinda Wayung Tang. I believe is how you pronounce it. Apologies if I'm mispronouncing. I did try to look that up. I won't lie. Sorry. Just the top of it, if you can see it, it just says Celeste Ning. Timeless. That's all she said about the book. It's timeless. And I went, right, say no more. Say less. I will put this book in my cart. So we're following a young man who is in America. He gets a call from his mother saying that his father has disappeared from the family's rural village in China. Though they've been estranged for years, Peng agrees to go back home and look for him. As he attempts to piece together what has happened, he struggles to navigate China's impenetrable bureaucracy as an outsider, and his mother's evasiveness only deepens the mystery. So he seeks out a childhood friend to help him, which is Tian Hanwon. And when they were teenagers, they had been together in China. They had talked about leaving and going on to, go to school and get an education and become really, kind of their own people, their own individuals. And that did not happen. He left and she stayed and she was left behind and she became a mid-level bureaucrat's wealthy housewife. So they've reconnected now. They're on the hunt for his father. Reuniting for the first time as adults, they embark on the search for their father while grappling with the past. They're trying to understand our character's Tang's father in the 1970s to the 1990s to present day. We're kind of doing a bit of a time jump piece, but it'll be really interesting just because they move between like rural China to like, modern day, American cities. Like I think that kind of dichotomy will be really interesting. But it's all about family and forgiveness and the meaning of home. So yeah, Celeste Ning writing Timeless, it really kind of caught my eye because I really love her writing, and I have no doubt that this is going to be a really interesting, I believe debut. I do believe this is the author's first book, so I think it's going to be very good. Oh, oops, I almost went the wrong way. I almost went the wrong way. I don't know if you can hear me if I put the mic that far away. And the last book from my contemporary stack is 50 Words for Rain by Asha Lemy. This one says, Kyoto, Japan, 1948. Do not question, do not fight, do not resist, which is what 8-year-old Nori's, her first lesson. She does not question why her mother abandoned her at her grandparents' house. She does not fight when she is confined to the attic of her grandparents' home, and she does not resist when she is put in chemical baths that she receives daily to lighten her skin. The child of a married Japanese aristocrat and her African American GI lover, Nori is an outsider from birth. Her grandparents take her in only to conceal her, for fearful of the stain on the royal pedigree that they are so desperate to uphold in a changing Japan. Obedient to a fault, she leads a solitary life until her older half brother, Akira, comes back to the estate for his inheritance and destiny. They form an unlikely but powerful bond, something that really kind of nourishes Nori and keeps her going. And it gives her a glimpse of a world that perhaps that she wants to be a part of, and she will do everything in her power to get there. I think this is going to be really, really, really beautiful. I read the first few pages and it is pretty tough. It starts with the bath and, like, the chemical bath, and I found that, like, very, very shocking at the time, but I've heard really good things about this book, so I do wanna give it a try, but yeah, the first scene was, like, very, very shocking. Um, Next, I have a stack of nonfiction. I'm gonna end it here on this last little collection. I'm like peter off the edge here. We have Abolitionist Intimacies by L. Jones. L. Jones examines the movement to abolish prisons through the Black feminist principles of care and collectivity, understanding the history of prisons in Canada in their relationship to settler colonialism and anti Black racism. Jones observed how practices of intimacy become imbued with state violence at carceral sites, including prisons, policing, and borders. This is all about really observing that abolition isn't just a political movement to end prisons, but it's also an intimate one, deeply motivated by commitment and love. I think this is going to be a really, really, really powerful read. So, looking forward to that. Ooh, might have to start on the other side soon. We're not sure. Up next, I have Mother of Invention by Catherine Marcel. This one is How Good Ideas Get Ignored in an Economy Built for Men. So it's kind of an illuminating and maddening examination of how gender bias has skewed innovation, technology, and history. Marcel shows how gender bias stifles the economy, holds us back, delaying innovations, sometimes by hundreds of years. And it's a sweeping tour of the global economy with a powerful message. If we upend our biases, we can unleash our full potential. Fun fact, the cover with the little tiny, like, suitcase and the wheels kind of drawn on, I was like, "Yeah, wait a minute, why were suitcases, like, so difficult for you? Wait a minute, don't we always have wheels? Like, that makes sense, right?" And it starts like that. It's like the rolling suitcase. The wheel was invented 5,000 years ago. The suitcase was invented in the 19th century. It wasn't until the 1970s that somebody put wheels on a suitcase because and it's terrible. The reason no one had done it before is because real men carried their bags, they didn't pull them. Did you hear that sigh? I can't. That got me, that hooked me. I need to read what's going on. I need to read what other innovations women brought to the table that have been swept under the rug because they haven't been, "Oh, well, it's, technology and things like that are deemed like the men's domain." So things like this is really interesting, like the Bronze Age and the Iron Age. Why don't we talk about the Ceramic Age? Why don't we talk about the Flax Age? Because anything associated with like womanly work is not considered as innovative. It's not considered as valuable. So yeah, I know this book is gonna kind of drive me crazy, but I'm really looking forward to this one. So it's gonna be good. Well, also pray for me that that actually doesn't fall on my head. Next up, I have Grief is Love, Living with Loss by Marissa Renee Lee. The cover is absolutely stunning on this. This is an author who she speaks about it in her book. She lost her mother, a pregnancy, and a cousin during the COVID-19 pandemic. So it was a really, really trying time, and that she knew, regardless of where you are in your grief journey, maybe you need to hear these things to really reflect and begin that healing. Which is, the she doesn't really prescribe to the idea of, like, well, grief only comes in stages and there's, like, a timeline that you flow through. She understands that, you really have to create space for your grief as well as for Black people specifically, with, like, permission and care and safety and grace and much more. So, yeah, it's a real transformation, around how we view loss and loving that person maybe more than you did when they were alive, when kind of acknowledge and honor their life. So I think this is gonna be really beautiful. I, recently lost my dad about 2.5 years ago now, and, it's been really tough. Like, some days are obviously, of course, better than others, but yeah, I did the 5 stages of grief and thought, like, "Shouldn't I be better now?" No, no, it's gonna take a long time, so oh, yeah, I made a mistake. Oh, yeah, I made a mistake. Oh, I made a mistake, I made a mistake. Let's go. Oh, no, did I push this? Oh, no. Ooh, ooh. I saw my life flash before my eyes. Loving You is Hurting Me, A New Approach to Healing Trauma Bonds and Creating Authentic Connection by Laura Copley. This one is around kind of toxic relationships. So it says, at the core of many toxic relationships is a painful trauma wound desperate to be healed. Too often, trauma survivors are caught within toxic bonds that are stigmatized. You're either the abused or you're the abuser. You're the victim or the abuser. And this carries a lot of, trauma in itself because, they blame themselves for the troubled relationships that they're in, and they come from a place of, feeling really hopeless that they can interact in social situations or future relationships in any other way than they're used to. But of course, licensed professional counselor and trauma researcher Dr. Laura Copley has developed a roadmap to healing from those toxic emotions that come from being bonded by trauma in relationships. In Loving You is Hurting Me, Dr. Copley gently guides you through your trauma origins and into a rich life of meaning, loving connection, and inspiration. Drawing on illuminating new science on trauma and its effects on the body alongside a decade's worth of research on trauma and intimacy, Dr. Copley presents an experiential and transformative approach unlike any other. Again, not necessarily going to be a super fun read, but it is going to be a really important read, especially as I kind of reflect on some of my more developmental years and things that happened to me. So I know that this is going to be a powerful read. Bear with me. I think we're going to have to go off the edge here. Next is Nexus by Yuval Noah Harari, which is a brief history of information networks from the Stone Age to AI. Stories brought us together, books spread our ideas and our mythologies. The internet promised infinite wisdom. The algorithm learned our secrets and then turned us against one another. What will AI do? Nexus is a thrilling account of how we arrived at this moment and the urgent choices we must now make to survive and thrive. This is, of course, the author of Sapiens and the other one, which I cannot remember the name. Something, I was going to say Nexus. I can't remember the other one. There's another one. There's another one. Um, I think it'd be good. He's quite a good author for sure. The last two I have are Biased, which is Uncovering the Hidden Prejudice That Shapes What We See, Think, and Do by Jennifer L. Alberhart. From one of the world's leading experts on unconscious racial bias come stories, science, and strategies to address one of the central controversies of our time. How do we talk about bias? How do we address racial discrepancies and inequities and disparities? What role do we have, or what role do institutions play in creating, maintaining, and magnifying those inequities? What role do we play with a perspective that is one scientific, investigative, and informed by personal experience? Our Dr. Jennifer Alberhart offers us language and courage we need to face one of the biggest and most troubling issues of our time. She exposes racial bias at all levels of society, in our neighborhoods, schools, workplaces, criminal justice system, yet she also offers us tools to address it. Alberhart shows us how we can be vulnerable to bias, but not doomed to live under its grip. Racial bias is a problem that we all have a role to play in solving. Again, really going to be a powerful read. Really looking forward to that. And the last book that I have is Black and Female. Bear with me, I did try to look up her name by Sissy Dengoramba, I believe is how you pronounce it. And this paradigm-shifting essay collection weaves the personal and political in an illuminating exploration of internationally acclaimed novelist Sissy Dengoramba's complex relationship with race and gender. At once philosophical, intimate, and urgent, Danguramba's landmark essays address, for the first time, the profound cultural and political questions that underpin her novels. Black and Female offers a powerful vision towards remembering, to use Toni Morrison's word, those whose identities and experience continue to be fractured by the intersections of history, race, and gender. I haven't read this author's like novels before, but when I saw this on Book Outlet, I just really, really wanted to pick it up because I think it's going to be a really powerful book. So yeah, it's just a little book, but I'm looking forward to this one a lot. So but yeah, that is my book haul. I don't know if you can, hopefully you can see it. It's in frame. Big stack of books. Really, really looking forward to it. I mean, fall and winter, just like being cozy at home, reading, getting a good book, like you just honestly, you can't beat this season. Like, this is the best time for reading. So I have a good stack of books. I'm really excited. And yeah, hopefully you'll see some videos from me soon. I've been kind of hinting, like maybe do like a bookshelf tour, maybe. I mean, like I said, it's kind of being rearranged at the moment, so bear with me on that. But yeah, just lovely like fall videos, reading outside. Like, yeah, I'm really looking forward to. So yeah, please stick around and let me know what you're reading for fall. Maybe it's in the stack, maybe it's already on my TBR shelf, maybe it's maybe on my ebook shelf, which I will be showing you very, very soon. But yeah, as of right now, that's what I got for you. So take care. Bye.